Hi, I'm Jonty Edmonds for Enduro 21. I'm here with Dave King, Leatt UK's brand manager. We're at the launch of Leatt's new GPX helmet at the Wealden Off-Road Centre. Okay, Dave, I wanted to start with more of an observation than a question. We just had the introduction this morning, and one of the things that I noticed was that Leatt genuinely seems to be excited about the fact that there are a number of companies that are really sort of pushing forward to make off-road motorcycling safer.
When it comes to helmets, the technology has kind of stayed the same for so long. So there's a number of manufacturers that are looking to make the sport safer, less head injuries, and we recognise that, and it's good. It gives competition to bring new technology into the market, and we are genuinely excited that others are doing it.
I'm going to talk a little bit about, or get you to talk a little bit about 360 Turbine technology and armour gel, which to most people that won't mean a lot, but can you just explain how that relates to the new GPX helmet?
Armour Gel is a company we partner with. They're a British manufacturer that produce an impact gel. There's many impact foams on the market, but with a gel you can make a complicated structure that you can't make from a foam. So by using a gel, we can use this inside the helmet to help with concussion and rotational forces.
Concussion reduction was kind of the buzz phrase throughout the introduction. Ultimately, is that what this new helmet is about? Reducing concussions and head injuries?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the risk is up to 30% reduction of head impact at concussion level. So the turbines compress, which slows down the energy and absorbs the energy.
One of the things you mentioned is the fact that it is the smallest helmet on the market in terms of the external size. That's obviously not something that's happened by accident.
No, absolutely no. And weight is important by reducing the weight of a helmet, but there's often a conflict between safety and weight. The closer you can get the shell to the head, the less rotational energy. If you can imagine a very large helmet on your head, then the transfer energy between the brain moving inside the skull is much greater with a larger outer circumference than one that's closer to the head. Ventilation
was another of the points that you highlighted during the presentation. Can you just talk a little bit about the way in which the helmet ventilation is different to a number of other products on the market?
And most manufacturers use what they call the Venturi system, which is air in at the front, normally under the peak, and then air out, which works, but it tends to work at a higher speed. So over kind of 50 miles an hour is where that works well. We're a relatively low speed sport, so you just need to get the heat out, which is why we have massive ports which release the heat. But there's no compromise in the safety of the shell, as the material we've made the ports out of passes the spike test, the DOT spike test in America.
A couple of little details that I'll get you to talk about. Might seem a little bit strange getting excited about peak screws, but one of the nice little features is the big screw.
Again, some manufacturers choose to use a metal screw or maybe even a titanium screw to hold the peak on, but again, if you crash, this is added acceleration, if you like, through the head and neck. So it's important that the visor breaks away. We want the visor to break away, and we've designed our screws to do that. But the annoying thing is getting the screws out once they're broken, as people tend to warm up a screwdriver and try and unscrew them. But we have a small Allen key in the top of the screw head, so that once it's broken off, you can just wind it out and put your new screw in.
Also hydration, the helmets, I believe all of the helmets come, what you're saying is hydration ready. Can you just explain that a little bit in detail?
So every helmet comes with hydration ready, like you said. This will accept a hose that comes through the left hand side of the helmet, and you can buy an accessory hands-free kit which enables you to not have to drill the helmet. It just runs along the inside of the helmet and you can have the bike piece ready to go.
And just to clarify, in terms of the outer shell material, there are two helmets available.
Yep.
So can you just explain a little bit about the two external materials that are used?
The first one is a full carbon shell. The 6.5 is a full carbon shell, and the 5.5 is a composite shell, which is basically a fiberglass shell, which the majority of helmets or upper class helmets are manufactured from. So no compromise in safety with either. But the carbon is slightly lighter than the composite.